Completely messed that up. Anyway, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. This is a Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. We are at war with Kazakhstan and Tajikistan, but there's no possible way we can reach them unless we do something with these two wonders of the world. So we are effectively, I think, taking out Kazakhstan from this point on. I don't see them being able to mount a resistance after we lost half our Marines in a sacrificial last stand with our Special Operations Command. That was well worth the effort by those forces. Um, kind of look at we could look at the war, I guess. This war has been going on for a little bit. So we have imposed about 500,000 losses to their 200,000 on us. So a 2-to-1 KD for our people, which is not the worst. It could have been much, like we could have been negative, like some of those older fights we've had. Little confused if we're gonna actually get this encirclement or not. I think we're committing way too many troops to encircling when we should just go for this clear. This is like a clear-cut case of we can just cut them off and then do a full pocket encirclement. And actually wrap all these units here. Like, I think we can add to these forces, maybe. I don't really care if we lose that, as long as we lock them in combat. This will force them to reinforce here for sure. They're going to lose this at this rate. Then I can swing these into this gap as well. And then we can go for the hub right here. That's the next weak spot. Ooh, there it is. How many did we trap in there? Not very many. Maybe some, I don't know. That was a good capture for our forces. Alright, so that makes our frontline units that are mechanized have no objective. So we're gonna shift the priorities here. Go ahead and stop. They have a superior enemy somewhere. That's wild. Oh, we still have a lot of work to do. So if we are looking at Kazakhstan, their rail lines look like they just go in the south for the most part. So if we go for these two airfields, or 1, 2, yep. Alright, we're gonna go for these airfields first. We're just gonna wait for a minute. well as we get in a more advantageous position. All right, let's check our air superiority. All these units can go up here. Fuel can be added to this. We should be good now. We've lost a lot of power that we used to have. Go ahead and bomb. Air interception. We'll put that back over our home region. Yeah. Like we're doing okay. And then resource wise, where are we sitting? We've captured steel, oil, but we definitely haven't got any of the good stuff yet. Good to know. All right, we're gonna go on the offensive. Who cares if they're superior? Oh, what is this? This the because of this probably like inverted. I'm not gonna fix it because we're like encircling them right here. But very confusing. All right, I wonder if any of these are mechanized. We do have combined arms. Go ahead and take that bonus. Yeah, if we get to the mountains, all these infantry units just do exceptionally well. Looks like we're getting a fair amount of money right now for some reason too. Keep raising wages and such. Good not having to worry about elections. This authoritarian thing is pretty crazy. I can't believe the space program thing. That just grinds my gears, right? Oh my god. I've had ballistic missiles forever. Wild. Anyway, let's check the intelligence agency, make sure we're getting our backdoor installed. That'll be great for our next offensive push we want to do. And then I think we use our Marines after we promote them because they, dear God, do they have promotions for all the nightmares they dealt with. At least it may have been worth it for them. We're going to use them to push into specific regions. And one is going to be directly across into this mountainous area. Alright, so we get the train. Power consumption reductions. Uh-oh. Like there's a force coming to attack us with helicopters. Those things get beat up so fast. It's wild, but they are very powerful for breaking lines. But you have to have some sort of mobile tank or infantry right behind them to cover that gap. And if I could get this, that would have been great. Unfortunate. Alright, we're just gonna reallocate all this. So let's push the front line back to full, like we had it. We're gonna reevaluate our plans for the infantry. Think probably going for the capital region is the play. Mechanical infantry here. Pushing specifically in the south. In the center line. Straight to this airfield. I think these are appropriate plans. I think we do have some infantry-based promotions as well. Let's go ahead and make these moves. And see if we can push them out of this deadlock we're currently in without taking our intel bonus. Like some of our units spearheaded something. Gonna wrap these guys. If we extend their supply line down the middle, they're in a lot more pain. Plus, actually, that is where their main supply route is anyway. They also have a rail up north, though. As long as we push straight down the middle on them, we can circle around and cut this off. It also extends the time they have to travel. Yep, like that spearhead right there, that's huge. Oh, we didn't hold it though. Well, we may. It's kind of curious. Yeah, we're beating down that helicopter as well. I don't think they have replacements now. You look at their actual durability. Let's see, looks like they're running out of APCs, possibly. Maybe not. They look like they're doing fine now. I'm looking at it. Hmm. They get some sort of plan bonus on the Southern Division. Outdated equipment. What is outdated of ours? The training. Wild. So if we take the Marines, No, we're gonna take Special Operations Command onto this hill. And we're gonna fight for this. See if we can't break this deadlock with more Special Operations units on this terrain bonus. Oh, and we finally got... Nice. Right? Doesn't look like that's working. Who's to say? Looks like they've actually pushed us back up there along their supply route. They're trying to recover, come back here to defend. Ooh, that changed the calculus over there. Yeah, so that extended their line quite a bit. Maybe we can get some of these units out of stacking. Lowers our fuel consumption. I'm going to go ahead and take the oil first. And then Marines here. Where are the Marines? Let's send them right down this rail line. These should be my best attacking divisions, but again, I don't have enough IFVs anyway, so it just makes matters worse. Fusion reactors. I have a scientist. What are you talking about? Oh, I do not. I don't... Why does that even show it's available? That's lame. But that should stop reinforcing across other points on this line of contact. Alright, let's pay down some of the debt, actually. Since we're making money through this war somehow. Probably because I've lost so many supplies in reserve. Yep. Yeah, we're short a bunch of equipment. Not short artillery pieces, which is wild to me. Ooh. I don't know what's going on down there. So we got a free civilian factory somewhere. Looks like we pushed the line. They're fighting back. I don't know what's going on here. Looks crazy. Yeah, it looks like some sort of crazy back and forth going on here. As we're wearing down each other's supplies. You can see it. Where are Marines? I'm gonna have them go south here to try and close this so they can stop reinforcing. Yeah, it looks like they're definitely sending units down here to try and reinforce this too. This is creating some crazy madness in the back lines. And this is all taking a ton of attrition damage. Alright. Actually might be perfect timing. Kind of late on the attack. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. We have 30 days. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to keep pushing and pressing our advantages. Oh, I don't have any helicopter. Oh no. I skipped a big part of the whole helicopter thing. They don't have motors. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, in our production, yeah, we're short another extra 1,000 IFVs from the start of our fighting, another 1,000 tanks. We aren't like terribly behind, but not great. But they are fighting back, is what I'm seeing then. So while I'm at war, I will have to take the suppression. So we are going to take it. Yeah, that makes sense. So we are encircling one specific country's units there. If we can, we might be able to, may not be. They may reinforce it. Ooh, we got it. Okay, so their anchor right here in the center of the supply line is done. That's all she wrote. Yep. We eliminated some units that were helping them from another country as well. We did get pushed back while that happened. Temporarily, probably. I don't imagine they'll be able to maintain control, but we're going to be moving all our stuff all over the place. Marines. We're going to keep assaulting. I'm just going to assault down the rail line with them. And this will put all these in at risk. And then as we extend this front as well, we have enough numbers that it's going to make it harder for them to defend. Problem is exceeding our supply lines because of, yeah, so they don't even have units over here. Yep. So basically cut their supplies. Where's my my forces? Special operations forces. We're gonna send them into this pocket and see if we can't cut off all these units. And probably use a couple of these guys. One of them to walk in there. All right. Marines. We're gonna use them just to enact pain and suffering on this motorized unit. And that will entrap a bunch of forces I don't care to fight normally. Like most of these guys here, I would love to trap and eliminate. Ooh, that's not great. They did get a backdoor on us, so all this is at risk. Let's see, where are guys? They're right here, so let's push them into this pocket right there. We want to widen this and split it all up. So if we can cut down the middle and push them into two pockets, that'd be perfect. Looks fine to me. We'll get space stuff next, which is sad that it took this long before the Chechens got to space, which is insane. I don't See a ton of their units that are free, so that's good too for us. Alright, so they're going to be withdrawing. We can push, as we've expanded this bridgehead, we can push them into two different pockets. We can use these. Nope, 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 nope. Don't select that. No, 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 no. And then where are the Marines? The Marines must attack as well. We're eliminating all these units simultaneously. They are trying to break out right here. Which they might. Questionable. Gotta be careful. Check up north, make sure everything's okay because they do have a back door. Is risky. And even if they close that, we now opened up this bottom section. And we can go for the full on, we're gonna eliminate all your units kind of mode. Divide and conquer. And we've eliminated two pockets. Pretty much. Took out a bunch of tanks and probably IFVs. As vengeance for our lost Marine divisions, that'll work. That's pretty good. Alright, and let's let our units and forces reorganize to some extent. We have extended this front line to extremely wide points. To the point where now I'm going to use these Marines up here up north. And we're going to push for this airfield. Because we're right there. This one we're actually going to go and circle and split. I want to cut the supplies to it first. So it looks like it is the dead of winter and they are actually doing better than us in the cold, which is crazy. That doesn't make any sense. I guess I could research like the last bits of this too. We'll get the last bits of the armor research. Yeah. Looks like this is going to be an interesting period of war. Probably take a lot of attrition damage if you attack during this time. At least that's what I would assume. But we're going to do it anyway. Looks like they're assaulting with that other country's units. Tajikistan, I guess. Which is right here. Oh, and our subject's autonomy did finally drop back. So we can spend another 50 political power. Yeah, and we'll just keep that going. And we are going to take this airfield. I imagine they don't really have that many planes left anyway. And what are we doing here? spending political power. What we're doing. Alright, we've saved up some money. We're gonna spend all that on debt. As hopefully units move in here into this territory. And these are here. I'm gonna go for this territory right there with those units as a blunt offensive. I don't know if there's any supply lines here, if they're just fighting in the cold. Supply lists. Oh, right there. So we definitely want to clip them here. This looks like it'll, yeah, so they have rail lines from here to the capital and here. So we've already cut their northern section. Of supplies. We will need to hit this other rail line. That would be really good. I don't think they can stop any of our primary forces going forward. These should have no supplies and be out of supply. And we're just going to spearhead straight through and cut the whole thing. The whole southern section looks like. If we can encircle their capital. Okay. This fight's going, like alright. I wouldn't say it's good. Kind of back and forth, it looks like, for the most part, except where we focused our forces. And that should do a lot of damage for supplying a lot of these units. Yeah, if I can go one more down, I can get greedy here. What this does to them is insane. Because I'm gonna cut back across if they'll let me, but it looks like we're in full defense. So once we're out of defense, I can go on the offensive here, and then I'll walk down this rail line. Oh no. Go ahead and help these units out. Alright, so let's see if we can hit them all. Looks like they're bailing on that. Yeah, that pocket just got bailed on. So we are gonna walk this whole thing down, and we're gonna choke these all out. All these units down south. Because these are all half organized, no supply. We're just gonna hit all of it. These are encircled. They should have no supply. I might use these units. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is cleanup. Special operations, offensive doctrine. And then definitely division recovery. Oh, and organization, if it's available, is a good one to take. And we're going to go ahead and give them the full order. Yep. And we're just going to keep walking these guys back into this rail line here. And then follow that into that airfield. Looks like they went to the south. If they don't reinforce, we're going to be able to close it. And we've... Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've... Unless this is also... Yeah, we're also at war with this city. Okay, I did not realize that. But we do have... We're at war with these three, so we have a pathway to them around Uzbekistan. That's crazy. I did not realize they were getting supply from here. Let's go ahead and cut this. And we'll use one of these as defense. And we're just going to keep pushing for this capital because that's supply. And we're going to hold that. And just push this southern border. Now that we've got a near encirclement. Once we get some supporting units into this pocket, we actually can afford that, so I'm going to go ahead and pay it. We probably shouldn't. But felt like it anyway. Alright, we have units moved in. We're going to cut the gap now. And this is a full entrapment. Now they're encircled. No, no, no. I have to get this one. Never mind. They have a way out still. I have to take this mountain. So they're going to try and fight like hell to get out. I would think. Well, I would hope to. Who knows? But we're going to go ahead and move that way. See if they start sucking their units out. Looks like we're okay. So this is fully encircled now. I think they can actually break out through there. Is wild, but yeah. They can if they so desired, but what we're gonna do right now is probably gonna stop most of that. I don't know why it stopped its attack. I really don't care if they do break out, honestly. But gives them some hope, that's fine. Alright, we've got 59 days. For some reason, I didn't have that started. Like full encirclement is done, but somehow they're still getting supply. I don't know how. So we'll figure it out later. We're gonna go for the shrinking of this border. We're gonna shrink this line from the back end. We'll encircle these. Even if they keep pushing, it's fine. We eliminated the pocket up north. Yeah, so we can come down here. Put this around here and everything will be hunky-dory. Our infantry units are doing work all over the place. Like we can start wrapping this up from this angle. We are winning a fight. We're pushing these units back with low org. And I would imagine they're running out of supplies too, so it's gonna slowly just eat them down. We really don't have good supply routes either, but at least we have them. And then for some reason these got split up. So this kind of terrible, but they'll get whittled down. So basically we're just trying to get this rail line taken over. Once we take over the rail line, then we'll go for the elimination of their troops. And we have not taken their capital yet. So, interesting. Alright, so most of our units landed. This would be the big thing to assault. We can. Oh, we're out of org on some of them. Like, that is a full encirclement too. So let's go ahead and get an offensive. And that'll wrap it up. Are we not at max police funding? I guess so. I guess we are, but they'll give us political power. Somehow we're at 60. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, let's get a railgun. Get augmented reality. Don't have a scientist. I'm not putting one in. Alright. Yep. They're gonna collapse. I'm gonna go ahead and assault just so they stop refreshing their org. If we can take this mountain and rail line, we're in a much better position to see if we can get these guys to assault as well. They're not doing any offensive actions because it's not their main objective. Yeah, and they're holding on for dear life there. Alright, so more of them are getting stacked into a smaller and smaller area. Yep. And we're gonna go ahead, use our Marines, try and go for that choke point again for the nth time. And also check on our other units that they're still advancing as they've started assaulting the capital, which is kind of wild. Looks like we're actually going to take the airfield, possibly. It's possible. I don't know if we'd actually take this. We might. They've been holding out. There's a lot of units here, too. Yeah, if we get them... I wish I could kind of see, like, their unit divisions and such, because I'd know if, like, this is one of their... Oh, Kazakhstan Army Group 2. I can. Somewhat. I don't know why I could see that one, but not all of them. So that's a little confusing. Alright, so we wiped out their air forces there. There's 15 planes there. There's 70 planes there. Yep, we're gonna go for this quick elimination too. Taking that airfield helps so much. Alright, let's go for the assault. I think this splits this into... And we do have a scientist. Okay, what do we have? We've got... Everyone is assaulting. They're not out of, like, supplies except for the helicopters, though. Yeah, and then it kind of becomes a question of... I guess I hold this front, or do I push it with the Marines? I think I push it, split it, take out these two countries, then go for Kazakhstan. And the final elimination blow. And then I can actually work on the Urals and the leftovers of Russia down the center here and get to the ocean. And then fight NATO and the US. We have big plans. Big plans. Oh, nice. Economic boom. That's really good. We're really making some money now. For no reason. Other than we have no supplies, like military equipment and stockpile anymore. We're just short, completely short of all military supplies. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is put them in the mountains, all these special forces units. And they are just going to go on a crazy offensive in the mountains. We want all of this country. And then the Marines secretly are going to follow this supply line. Just assault again. And again and again and again. Yeah, that was probably a ton of casualties. So we have lost almost 500,000. Oh, we are short manpower too. They have lost almost 1,000,000. They're at 900,000 basically total. The rough loss. I think this is battery packs. Maybe. Anyway, our Marines are going for the attack. And we did get backdoor access on Kazakhstan, so let's go ahead and use it. Kyrgyzstan. Who are we fighting here? That is Kyrgyzstan. Keep working on that one. 7 days. Alright, so Kazakhstan intel is revealed. We're doing the thing. Ooh. Look what we got up here. We have an encirclement. And someone is attacking us, which is crazy work. We eliminate that. It looks like special operation. We can go ahead and enact this attack, so we're going to do that. We are winning on all our fronts. So let's go ahead and activate our access on Kyrgyzstan. Might as well take the intel victory that we do have now. And basically what I want to have happen is to get to this gap and this gap and split our armies. The Marines do need to go one more over. Yep. We need those eliminations. Do the damage. We don't have the manpower, so we gotta take what we can get. I imagine they are out of manpower as well, considering we just took their capital. So, probably a problem for everyone. And we're just gonna drive on by. I don't think they have units. We're gonna meet up with China. Yep. All the way to China. So where is their new capital? In this smaller section. Okay, so there's a lot of units there trying to defend that. There's a bank crisis. Hold up. We'll provide bailouts, right? I think that's what I clicked. I think we're assaulting around the airfield. Looks like we'll probably go to that next. Looks like they're using a ton of units over there to try and defend that area. Oh, and we're at time. We're well beyond time. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch everyone on the next episode.